Alright, now that I'm in Photoshop, I'm going to open up my sketch file, open. Then you want to go and find where you saved your sketches. I've got my sketch open, but I also want to open up my color scheme. So if you saved it, you want to do a file open. If you only copied and pasted it, what we're going to do is a file new. Just hit OK, and now we can copy and paste it into here. So you'll head back to your Google Doc, find the one that you want to work with, right click copy, head back to Photoshop, and then you can hit edit, paste, or you can do a Control V to paste that in there. So from my snipping tool, I just hit this one, which is copy, and then I just went to edit, paste, and now I've got my color schemes in here so that I can go back and forth. First thing I want to do is decide what I want to color in and what I want to make stand out. So I'm going to start with maybe this bright orange color. So I need to get that in Photoshop. So I'm going to grab my brush over here, and this is the brush, or you can hit B. Next thing I need to do is click down here on these squares to get the color. I'm just going to put my color dropper on top of that color, or you can manually enter it in 0B1842, and that's correct. So I'm going to hit OK. Head back to my sketch, and I need to decide what it is that I want to be that dark blue color. I can pick what kind of brush. If you're not concerned, like I said, this doesn't have to be perfect, so you can just pick a normal load brush if you want. Some of them look kind of like airbrush or crayons. It doesn't matter. You can change the size of it here where the 45 is, and just kind of do a rough idea of where you want to put this color. So I might, and I do have tablets if you want to borrow the little bamboo tablets. That will help you because you can use an actual pen instead of using a mouse. You can draw these in and just decide where you want to put these colors again. So I'm going to outline, and I tried to make my brush a little bit smaller because I don't want this one to be a thick outline. And that'll be in blue. Now I need to decide what I want my banner to be. So I'm going to click back up here on this tab to my color schemes. Click on the square. Click on the bright orange color. Head back to my picture. And I think I'd like my nav bar to be this bright orange color. And then you can kind of color it in, and if you'd like, you don't have to get this fancy with it, but if you'd like, you can go down here and click right on this one beside the trash can and add a new layer. That way if you mess up, you can delete it. You don't have to do that. Just a suggestion in case you mess up, you can always delete it. Then you can make your brush larger. And I'm going to color in this entire nav bar. And like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. We just want to get an idea of where you're going to put these colors. But so that you can actually still see my text, I'm going to go over here on the right. And where it says opacity 100, I'm going to try to lower it so you can still see the text below it, but you get an idea that I was going to make that bright yellow. Again, reserve the bright colors to make things stand out, and the lighter colors would go behind the text. Something like this would be more apt to go behind the text. Brighter colors for titles and to make things stand out. And you can always trace over the titles, and you can make your brush larger or smaller over here. And again, if you want to keep adding new layers, so that way if you mess up, you don't have to start all over, this is the new layer button. And that way if I get going and I realize, gosh, this one's terrible, I can just hit the trash can, or I can close the eye on it, and it doesn't mess everything up. Once you are finished, you can either save this by going to File, Save As, and instead of a Photoshop file, we'll change it to a picture, so we'll change it to a JPEG. And you will put this in your other web stuff folder. Or if you want to save yourself some time from doing that, you can just grab your snipping tool and you can snip a copy of it. and save it this way. And then you're going to go ahead and insert this